Hey y'all, how you doing? Glad you came through. Welcome to the Sugar Love Show, where we have fun. Grab your friends and dance along. Join the party all night long. Get ready for a ride. Buckle up, hold tight. We're gonna ignite. Shake your body to the rhythm. Let the music take control. When the beat drops, you better lose control. We're here to make memories, create an unforgettable night. Forget about your worries. Let's spread the love and shine so bright. Welcome to the Sugar Love Show, where the energy is high. We're gonna dance till the morning light. Feel the music, let it flow through your veins. Come on, everybody, let's have fun.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim.
Yeah. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? What's going on, my replay gang? Hello, my bush babies. Hello, all the people that's in here. Now, I know we all been hearing about Cameron, Jim Jones, and Mace, right? Hey Larry, hey Summer. Hello, my people in the chat. But was Jim Jones always a fake friend, right? Because usually when you are a real friend, people would they'll tell it. What's up, Mo Money? People would tell it, right? You don't have to prove you are a real friend. Was he always a fake friend? Right? Now, we may think that Cameron, we may think that he's petty. Yeah. We may think he don't have feelings, but he do. But he do. And that's why Jim Jones is not to be trusted. You can't, I will not trust Jim Jones with nothing. Right? And he tried to skate around it as narcissistic people do, allegedly. And then he tried to go everywhere and bring up everything besides saying, I'm sorry and I effed up, right? I effed up. I want to apologize to my man, but this is the way I was feeling. That would have been a better response, right? So let's see. This, like I said, this is not going to be a long video. And don't forget, guys, Mo has a channel. Go check her out. She has a channel. Now, this is, I want you to look at Cameron's face and I want you to look at 50 Cent face, right? And technically, this is what the video is about, right?
It's good. Talk to me about this residency that everybody's talking about, because niggas get.
I was in talks to do the Sphere,
Mhm.
to be in there, and then they was willing to do it. I did like 6 shows. This one we was doing GOG.
I think it started with 4, damn near.
Yeah, 4. It was 4 joints, and it was like in Germany,
Right.
and they didn't want to support it because they felt like we was gonna have issues because of COVID. So I ended up financing.
Ryan stepped in.
Wasn't you beefing with Shakur, nigga?
You got
At
me,
one
Shakur?
point. You said so.
Yeah, they was beefing.
Everybody, listen, let me tell you something.
beefing with Clarissa.
Let me tell you something. This shit worse than rap. These niggas, these niggas tender, yo. Yo, I swear to God. And then
Hold on. Let me get the part where he asked Jim Jones a question, right? Let's get there. I would like to get there, right? Hold on. Because in life, that's how some people is, baby. They your friend. They not even your frenemy. They just your plain old enemy. And that's what jealousy does to you, right? You start filtering all of that jealousy and it become hatred, right? It become hatred. So you have secret haters all around you, right? Jim Jones can act like, Cam can act like he didn't care, but no reality, he really cared, right? He really cared, right? Oh, this Jim, this Jim Jones. I don't want the Jim Jones. I want just the regular one. All right, I want to get that one when he was talking the 5th. Give me a second. Give me a second. I thought I had the right one, but And then it's the video I'm gonna show y'all at another time. Because actually, he did a video. He did a video like 7 years ago that actually explained all of this already. It really kind of explained all of this. trying to find a nice, just a short version. Now, here we go. This is going to be the short version, but here we go.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side.
See, Jimmy wasn't a rapper. He was your man on the side, right? Keyword, your man on the side.
He was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you gotta watch to see how he was talking. And then you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Hey, give me this, give me Jimmy.
Yeah. So 50 Cent sitting up there with South Mouthpiece. So 50 Cent is basically peeped him, right? He peeped him. So he knew by his vibes, Jim Jones wasn't a real friend, even though he's there, right? Then he go, oh, my record, Ballin', was big. First of all, it was one record. It wasn't you by yourself. And let's not forget, 50 Cent went diamond. When you can talk about going diamond, Jim Jones, then you can get in the arena with 50. You cannot. You got one little song that blew up. One song. And I don't think people like your verse anyway. But technically, it's not about that. What's up, Miss Ride? Good to see you. Right? But in reality, he was never his friend. Right? So, Jim Jones, you can't come back from that, right? 50 Cent used you. You took the opportunity to get used because you wanted to stick it to Cam. All that other bull crap does not matter. It don't matter. Right? You took that time. So it doesn't show, but if anybody had watched it, Jim Jones, I think, wanted to see if he can be, Cameron wanted to see if him and Jim Jones could be friends again. That's the part that people is missing. That's why he needed that answer, right? That was the purpose of that question, and he needed to hear the answer so he can make up his mind. That's the part Jimmy didn't understand. That's the part people don't understand. Because he said, I would never had thought about, calling Yayo or nobody else, right? As in, I would never think your boys would do that to you. So 50 Cent say, yeah, I got him. Because he felt the jealousy in Jim Jones. And Jim Jones wanted to stick it to Cam, right? As he continued to do today, right? I'm not saying, so I'm sorry, there is no more friendship. So how long was you had hate on me? How long you dislike me? Like, how long, what other things have you done to me that my enemy can call you and you fly over there? And then instead of saying, when Jim did his interview, instead of saying, you know what, yeah, that's what happened, my bad, I was wrong, how you looking for loyalty, but you ain't loyal. I don't care about, oh, Mace teaching him how. Nah, the purpose of him, and if you look at Mace's face, he damn near, I mean, you look at Cameron's face, he damn near sweating, right? He's damn near sweating because he's human. He has feelings. And you could tell he loved Jim just up to that moment. Just up to that moment. You could tell he wanted to say, you know what? If this guy say sorry, we could be cool again. Or it was really about the money. But to know you got played, you cannot come back from that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If me and one of my peoples is having it out, I am not jumping on their enemy's bandwagon. Every 5 minutes, that's Jim is crying. Well, if that's your friend, that's my friend. You know, you so loyal. But when it came, you could be loyal and you could go run to 50 at the same time. Nah, we can't be friends. All of that, this is embarrassing. If they should stop, nah. Cameron had to ask that question, right? He had to ask what happened because you could tell that was working his mind. All of these years, that has been on Cameron's mind. That was the reason of let me get 50 here because I need to find out what really went down, right? And whatever 50 says, that would be what our relationship will be. And no way in the world, you cannot come back from that. If you don't want to deal with me no more, I don't deal with you no more. You jump on with the enemy plays you, but you didn't mind getting played by the enemy. That's how much people could tell you was never a real friend to Cam, that they was able to pick you out. Why they was able to pick you out? Why they didn't pick nobody else out? Why did they pick you out, Jim? This is what you call a frenemy. Not even a frenemy. He was never a friend to Cam. Regardless of how he felt, you could have just left Cam alone and did your own thing, right? You didn't have to deal with Cam. People think that you have to deal with people. No, you don't. If you feel in a certain type of way, you don't have to deal with them at all. No, you stuck around. You made yourself more than what it was. And then you became friends with the ops just to get me mad. But like I said, it doesn't show it on this clip. But if you watch a little bit more of the clip, you could look at Cam's face and tell he's still hurt over that and he needed answers. Yeah, he laughed it off. But he was really like, so I believe at that point, he needed that closure so he could know to close the book on Jim Jones, or we can talk. Right now we can talk. But it all depended on what 50 said. Now, Jim Jones never stated that, hey, that's a lie. Oh, that's where the money was at. Nah, and then just money everywhere. It's money everywhere.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh.
See, he paid attention and he seen the fakeness in Jim.
Oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway.
He said, I did not know he was going to go for it. Even he was saying, I don't think homeboy will betray Cam. But let me go for it. It's your shit. Jim Jones, y'all can have all the conversations y'all want. Jim Jones can't come back from that. He can't come back. You cannot come back from that. And Jim Jones knew exactly what 50 Cent was doing. Jim Jones was not like oblivious to what 50 was doing. And because he have a hatred for Cam, he took it. He took it. He took it. What is the best way to piss you off? I'm going over there with your enemy. He probably like, 50 Cent, I'm glad you called me. 50, thank you. I am so glad that you called me, because I was trying to stick it to him all these years and couldn't stick it to him. I'm so glad you called me. So it's not like 50 Cent is the smartest person on the earth. Jim knew exactly what he was doing. We can't be friends no more. We cannot be friends no more. Sorry, we cannot. So now you're gonna have me thinking in my head, what else have you done to me? Right? Well, what else? You was plotting against me. It ain't like Cam wasn't in the same position you was in. Cam was in the same position Jim Jones was in. Remember, Mace blew up first. Mace blew up first. And for the people who talk about Cam and Mace, the difference is Mace apologized to Cam, right? Mace apologized. Mace was accountable. Jim Jones was not. Maybe I'll find the video, right? He was like, yo, I let that money get to my head. Like, that's all Jim Jones had to do. That's why Mace and Cam is back friends. Has nothing to do with them growing up together. They even made diss record. He even made that article, that diss record on Cam and everything. Cam came back, but then Mace thought about it and he apologized. He was accountable. Jim Jones still ain't accountable. Like, I did it in what? Like, I'm a snake in what? You get no respect out of me. Sorry. It's a code. It's a code. We need to keep that code, baby. That's a code. I don't even need to hear the rest of the story. Hey, Angela. You know what I'm saying? I don't even need to hear nothing else. I done heard enough. Right? Once you did that, shit, I don't want to hear about 20 years ago. I got that question answered. Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, Cam. You gotta watch and see how he responds. And then when you see, you like, oh shit, he really like that. Give me this. Get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy.
Jim Jones, right about now, Mace, Cameron is hurting. He could do that laugh all he want. He hurting, right? He hurting right now. My man hurting. And there's no way you could laugh off. There's no way you could laugh off your man doing you dirty like that, right? You can't laugh that off. You can't. But he did. But I know my man hurting on the inside, as he should. As he should be hurting on the inside. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Not on the outside. Like, people talk about it like, what if that happened to you? What if one of your friends deliberately backstabbed you, right? Deliberately backstabbed you. Ain't no coming back from that. But let's carry on.
Yeah, but that was one of those things. I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again at that point. And then he's going for them. They had records that where look. I always said it's to certain artists. I go, damn, when is he going to have his moment? Like Fab, I said this to him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. This Forgotten Kings video credit go out to Forgotten Kings. I love his channel. All right, Sincere, do your thing.
I watched Mace shit on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch on like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard?
You sure?
Cam and Mace were so-called best friends, grew up together, and RP Huddy. Like I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say is that I wasn't there for every single thing. Everybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should and shit like that. Like, being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like, he was trying his best to make sure that Mace stayed as safe as possible. But Mace had got that money and lost his mind. Seen crazier shit happen. I know brothers that shot brothers and shit like that. So for friends to get back after a world of whatever they went through, it's not surprising to me and shit like that. But I see they don't talk about the days of being shit on, you heard? They don't talk about the things that separated them and shit like that.
Kim was like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim performing with.
He ain't think nothing. He could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing. But let's not get this shit twisted. Nobody could tell me nothing. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a soldier because I was a soldier. You heard? I had the soldier. Didn't tell me nothing. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen the shit wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones. Because that was supposed to be the Don wasn't taking care of the capo.
Now look, he mad, right? Look, he in his feelings, right? I did what I wanted to do. That's the feelings. That's the feelings coming out. I had to do what I want to do for me. Like, as in, I'm going to ish on this nigga, right? This was the perfect opportunity to say, yo, I am sorry, right? Yeah, Fifth already blew your ass up. You want to make it worse, right? How much money did 50 pay you? 50 didn't pay you much to be not loyal, right? No, this goes out. Video credit goes out to Forgotten Kings, but to Justin LaBoy too, because it comes from both, right? But how much did he pay you to be disloyal? How much was you had to do what you had to do to put money in your pockets? Then he gets sensitive, like he ready to cry, right? Like he ready to cry. Yeah, okay. You found the way to hurt Cam. You did. Cam won't let you see him sweating. But he was sweating when he asked 50 that question because he had to know. He needed to know. Right? If you said, yo, I'm Cam's boy. I'm a soldier. So soldiers go to the enemy for money? Like, you're confusing people, Jim. You're confusing people. That would have been the best time to say, hey, You know what? That was fucked up. That was fucked up. You know, I seen it as and I think if he would have said something like that, him and Mace could speak. I'm sorry. Even though this is like 30, felt like 50 years ago, you know, all their names was popping again back in the algorithms. Congratulations to all of them. But you know, Jim is trying to be that man. But you can't be Cam and you can't be Mace. You can only be Jim. You can only be Jim. And you mad because he wasn't. Let me tell you something. Even in an 8-year-old video, which I'm going to show the whole video of Cam basically answering all of these questions. He answered all these questions 7 years ago. He did a full interview 7 years ago where technically he said all this already. But I think he needed answers to rest his mind because he was still trying to figure out after all these years, how can my boy go to my enemy? Then you turn around and talk shit and you still don't say you wrong. You were wrong. And if it was any internal stuff that was going on, it should have stayed internal. 50 Cent blew your ass up and you make it sound, they was on my Disney, right? No, nobody was on. That's why you mad, because it wasn't on your Disney. That's why you mad, because they wasn't on it, right? I might play it today. I don't know. I might play it with Shashi.
Just the sequence of the way things was going, and then it came to a point where I had to worry about who Jim Jones was moving forward. Then I was worried about anybody else because nobody else was worried about me. I got to a point where I became famous too. There was a point where all the famous people know me. Then after that, it was like, shit, I'm just as famous as all the famous people. I can't do what I used to do for you. You heard?
Oh my goodness, that's it. I'm telling you, he's still giving excuses. He's still giving excuses instead of saying, I'm sorry. Well, let's go.
Somebody got to do that for me right now because I'm super lit. You heard? But I put my life on the line for all of the shit, and you know, and everybody knew that.
You put your life on the line for all of that. How did you ended up in enemy's territory? Let's go.
But wasn't doing the same thing in return. When you start to feel like somebody, when you start to feel like somebody want to see you do good, but not as good as them, you're like, oh yeah, I know what this move is about. You heard? Everybody don't got the mind of a real leader.
Like who reached out to who when you went out to perform? Because
I had Ballin'. I had the hottest record at the time. My record was hotter than 50's records at the time when Ballin' spanked.
How is your record? My record, as in one song, was higher than a platinum album. Your song didn't go diamond. His album went diamond, and you was not on the song by yourself. You had a bunch of people on one song, and all it said is ballin'. You say hi, you say that, and you do it. But that was the whole freaking song. One song blew up. His album went diamond. Hot.
That was shit like that. When Cam did this shit with calling the station up over the cot shit and all that shit, I felt that was childish. That wasn't like, you don't press no real buttons, and you're not about to come outside when it's time to really get active. So how dare you do some weak shit like that that really didn't hold no merit? Like, you start going crazy over Koch, over a white man that been jerking us since we got signed there, and whatever backdoor deals you had with him serves you more advantageous than it served me. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, so when that shit went on, I was like, that was kind of weak. That was corny, because at that time, there was no real beef. We was just the most powerful groups of individuals that's running New York at the same time.
No.
So in my mind, I was like, it's more advantageous for us to try to figure out how us to start to move and do tours and really go crazy and figure out, because that we were sizzling, but this was on Mars. Regular arenas every night. We doing clubs every night. We got the city and the urban communities on fire and shit like that. In my mind, I see an opportunity for us to really start You heard? Like
Yeah.
we had all the power and shit like that. My mind ran different and shit like that. So when he did that, I'm like, damn, all that up. We doing clubs.
So you mad because you couldn't go touring because you only have one song, right? You got one song. So you can't go on tour with one song. So you need the whole crew. And like you say, you're on Planet Mars, right? You say you're on Planet Mars. So he wanted to do things differently. So you got mad because you feel like that cut your pockets because you needed them to sell tickets, right? You needed them to sell tickets because I got the hottest song, but your hot song is a song. It ain't gonna sell out arenas all over the world. They're not coming to hear one song, right? Yes, Jackie. One song. One song. He was the one-hit wonder. He was the one-hit wonder, and he didn't even sing the song by himself. Right? Now, Mace, I gotta see if I can find a video when Mace apologized. Mace apologized. And you talking about you ain't like Mace and all this other stuff. But if y'all was this how you know, like I might show the whole video. But this how you know Cam is not lying, because when Cam says in another video, remember I tell you, I seen this video 7 years ago. I've been watching this from the beginning of time. I've been hearing the bull crap. Actually, we're tired of it. Actually, our age group it may be new to y'all, but us older folks sick of it. We don't want to hear it no more. Right? You played yourself. He don't want to be your friend no more. Because if you keep that, who knows how long you've been doing me dirty. And if you could do me that dirty, you could do me dirty again. There is no sense of us being friends. We too old for this. So you stay over there and I'll stay over here. We ain't got no time to be fighting or bringing in people, to lose their lives. And next, we all up in jail and stuff. So you stay over there. I don't F with you. And people didn't think about what Jim just said, right? Think about what he said. How can we start the Dipset if Cam is not the leader and all of y'all in Dipset? You wouldn't need Cam, right? You wouldn't need him, but you needed him, right? So that meant Cam was Dipset. Cam was Dipset. You was a part of it, but Cam was that's why even when y'all did the verses, everybody kept looking at Cam. Nobody was looking at Jim Jones. Everybody was looking at Cam. This man had one song. He wanted to travel the world with one song, which he still could not do, because he would have to get the rest of the people that was on the song. Poor Tink Tink, poor little Tink. Exactly. Right? He didn't sing the song by himself, so he can't even go on the road because there's too many people on the damn song. So basically, he couldn't go around the world, so he wanted to capitalize on it. Cam wanted to do other things, right? And then because you're mad that you didn't get what you wanted, he became your enemy. He became your enemy. See, in life, you know what? Like what he's doing now, he's trying to pick up by he still needs Cam name to grow. I've never heard of him back in the days. Yeah. Ballin'. That one song, his one song wonder, Bonnie, his one song wonder. Ballin'. I don't know. I like maybe 3 a Kev song. I love my Hey Ma, what's up? And we're gonna get it on tonight. Then I like that Get 'em girls. Get 'em girls. I don't know. I like them. I like, but they like I'm a fan, but you know, they got good songs. If you want to hear some of the songs that they have, Bonnie, go check out Verses. Go check out Jadakiss, where he obliterated them. But it'd be The Locks versus Dipset, right? Then you'll get it because they're not playing full songs. You can find out who they are, right? But again, this particular show is more about fake ass friends, right? Like he was fake all along. He thought that he was going to ride off Cam coattails and then turn around and then he'd be the boss, right? This was just business, right? He brought you into the fact that you even met Mace to the point where Mace taught you how to rhyme. That was all Mace. You wasn't even rhyming. Mace taught you how to structure it, how to do it. He wasn't that bad as a friend. How would you know Mace without Cam? If he want to represent Harlem, so be it, right? Same way if is Nas want to represent Queens, so be it. All of that, he ain't from Harlem. Well, shit, Nas ain't from Queens neither. Nas from Brooklyn, but he was raised in Queens, right? His grandmother lived in Harlem. That's where he felt comfortable. That's what he wanted to rep, right? It's okay. It's not a big issue, right? It's not an issue. Nobody argues with Mace and say, hey, you can't represent Queens. You from Brooklyn. No, nobody tells Mace that. Nobody. KRS-One represents the Bronx. Nobody says, hey, you can't represent the Bronx. You from Brooklyn, right? Nobody says that to KRS-One. KRS-One may rep. Nobody says to Raekwon, you cannot recognize Staten Island. You from Brooklyn. See, that Brooklyn water run deep, right? That Brooklyn water runs deep. Something about that Brooklyn water. A lot of people come right out of Brooklyn. But the point is, once he moved to Staten Island and he started going to school, that's all he knows is Staten Island. But Raekwon from Wu-Tang, his family is still in Brooklyn. Right? The same way nobody says to Tupac, hey, you can't represent Cali. You from Harlem. Nobody says that about Tupac, right? Why you representing Cali? You ain't from Cali. You from Harlem. Nobody says that to Tupac, right? So we can't tell Jim Jones he can't represent Harlem. So all of that, he ain't from Harlem. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. A lot of people are not where they from, and they represent what they want to represent, right? But it does not take away he is a fake friend. When 50 said that, I lost so much respect for Jim. I ain't like I was a Jim Jones fan, but I've lost a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect. You knew why 50 called you. You knew 50 may be smart, but he ain't that smart. Jim Jones may appear like he's dumb, but he's not. He knew 50 called him to get at Cam. So he didn't really take the bait. He wanted to join in being a destruction of Cam. Cameron had to find his way. Mace didn't pull him on at first. Mace was bad boy. Mace was bad boy. He didn't pull Cam in. Cam had to find his own way. And Cam did that without going after Mace, which he could have. You think Jim Jones would have said, hey, like you putting everything on Cam? Cam found his own way. Even if it was forming the Dipsets or whatever, Cam found his own way. Jim Jones, you should have learned how to do that instead of getting mad. Instead of getting mad, getting all emotional, being a cancer that you are, that some cancers will get you. Sorry. I'm sorry. The cancers will get you when they in their emotions and when they in they feelings, they're going to get you. So now he feel like damn near 50 years old. It's my time. So now he want to go back in time. Harlem streets. Cam been holding back a lot about Jimmy. What he been holding back? You want to tell us? You want to tell us? I'll drop the link. Come on and tell us. Harlem streets. Mm-hmm. You can tell us some of the stuff. You ain't got to tell us all the stuff. But I would love for you to come up and tell us something. Mm-hmm. Can you come tell us some street tales? Click the link. Click the link. Click the link. And thank you for coming in Harlem Streets. I appreciate that. We would love to know. Peace. Thank you for coming. Harlem.
Hey, how you doing, Sess? How's everything?
Everything's good.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, but Cam been holding back a lot about Jim. He already explained how they met. Jim Jones is from the Bronx. His grandmother lived in Harlem in Foster Projects.
In
That's
Lincoln.
like no. Foster
No?
Project.
So
not
who
Lincoln.
was in Lincoln?
Max B had a cousin from Lincoln, a dude by the name of Jermaine of Maine.
Because I remember seeing them because I had people that lived in that same exact building out there in Lincoln. But go ahead, Foster Projects. Go ahead.
Yeah, like Foster is further like downtown. It's like further, it's like lower. Lincoln is more in the area that Cam grew up in. Like around, it's close to 40. But so Bloodshed, Cam cousin Bloodshed, he had people down there. Cam was everywhere. Those guys, Cam, Mason, they were pretty popular in Harlem at a young age. Especially with the rap thing. They was on all kind of mixtapes and everything. Everybody knew that they was gonna eventually blow up and get record deals. So Jim, like everybody else, he would hear these mixtapes and he would hear them, and then he would see them in his projects because Bloodshed lived down there. That was Cam's cousin. God bless the dead. He lived down there in that area. So he would see them and they would say what's up to each other. And Jim would tell Cam, yeah, man, I heard the new songs. Y'all killing them out there. Y'all killing them. His grandmother ended up dying
Passing
So
away.
he had right. So he had like a free crib. So you know how it was back in those days. You know, somebody had like a free crib. That mean that's a because like Cam said, his mom was kind of strict, so he couldn't really do a lot of things at home where his mom's was live. So he would, you know, go to his different friends' houses if he wanted to have sex with a girl or smoke weed or, you know, them practicing their music and all of that. So, you know, Jim was like, yo, I got the spot, I got the crib, you know, come through. And eventually they started going there. That became like the one of his hangout spots. And that's how he got cool with Jim. And I know a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? They wasn't really down with the team like that, but they were so cool that we didn't, you know, people wouldn't mind them just hanging around like a hang-on. You know, he was so cool that, you know, Cam took a liking to him. And to the point where even Mace was like, yo, he's like the only one out of all of us that don't know how to rhyme. I'm going to teach him how to rap. I'm going to teach him how to rhyme, you know, and show them how to rhyme and all that. So what I meant by Cam been holding back a lot about Jimmy is Cam knowing this. See, the public don't know this, but the way the public see it, it's like Jimmy from Harlem. He's always been in Harlem. He's always been in the mix. You know, he knew Cam since they was little kids. That, you know, they all grew up together. You know, and that's just not what it is. You know, and Cam allowed Jim to have that image. He didn't blow him up or try to tear that image down, even though he knew what it really was. And I'm pretty sure that was very hard for Cameron to do. That's why I said he been holding back a lot, because when you know the truth about somebody like that, and they get in position in life, and they fronting, and then they start kind of throwing little subliminals at you every now and then. They got some slick shit to say about you, and you coming from such humble beginnings and not notice about you. It would take a lot for me to not expose you. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
So do like, I feel that there's no coming after 50 blew you up. To me, there's no coming back from that, right? Unless you want to move forward. Now, moving forward mean, yeah, I did fuck up on that. Yeah, my bad. I shouldn't even went that way. You know, that's going forward, right? He still sat up there and justified that bull crap. There's no going back from there, right? You set me up. You did that out of hatred. All that other stuff, but you purposely went on my enemy's side to get me mad because you jealous. You think Cam ain't feel that way when Mace blew up, but he still, you know, he still stayed in the game. It ain't like he started talking about him. He got his own name. Jim just ain't know how to do it.
Well, I will say this, Sister Sugar. Jim is a very talented brother. I like the way he got some real good hood classics. You know, on them classics, he talking that real slick hood Harlem shit. And I love it. I love a lot of his music. He got a lot of gems that he could live off for the rest of his days. You know, but at the end of the day, it's his ego is not going to allow him to do it.
But do you feel that do you feel when he crossed once 50 Cent blew him up, like, how do you feel about that? Like, if that was you?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I said Cam been holding back a lot, because not only do Jimmy be taking low shots at Cam here and there, but you did that shit with 50. We'll never be right again after that.
Thank
And
you.
we didn't grow up together. We didn't come up in the sandbox together. You was a nigga that I met as a young adult. I was popping. You was just some nigga in the hood that I knew that had a crib, and you was so cool that I would come to your crib and fuck girls and smoke weed with you, and all of us, the whole crew, would listen to your spot was one of those spots, and you was able to attach yourself to me to the point where you got successful, and for you to do what you did with 50, yeah, after that happened, I don't know if a lot of people noticed or not, but Cam's relationship with Jim, it was never the same after that.
I could tell if you watched the interview, you could tell that it was still a teeny bit of love left, right? Why I say that? Because if you were looking, Cam, he was trying to hide it really well, but you could tell that he had to get closure. That was the purpose of him asking 50 that. And containing on what 50 said will determine, is it over or not over, right? Now, if he'd have been like, nah, it wasn't like about you or nothing. It's just that, I asked him to do this. We didn't never talk but he said, nah, I could, he said, I looked at him like that's bad when somebody else can spot you're fake and use you to win the war. Your own man, use your own man. You use that person, man, to win the war. So that means it ain't hard to tell why nobody else didn't notice what 50 noticed. That's sad.
I mean, it be like that sometimes, It'd be a dude that comes from such humble beginnings, and you so much on top as far as they concerned. You so much hotter than them and so much popping than them that they're so much not a threat to you that if they do happen to get in position, you just don't really see it coming,
Mm-hmm.
But you should see it coming, like you said, because at the end of the day, in the back of your mind that you did not grow up with this man.
And then a lot of people try to throw Mace in it like he did. Well, I remember he skied. First of all, the difference between you and Mace took ownership, right? Mace apologized, right? And then Mace said, I was wrong. I did let that money get to me. He said, I used to wear this man clothes because I didn't have no clothes, right? So the way he putting it, that's how a friend should put it. Jimmy did the opposite, right? They on my Disney. And that's why they was able, people wondering why, that's why they was able to be friends. Because he said, he missed his friend and he knew he was wrong. That's all Cam wanted to hear, right? So he was giving thanks to him too. Like, wasn't for him, I'd have been looking raggedy out here in these streets when I was young, right? Man gave me his clothes, right? And then when I did get that money, I did act funny, I did forget about him. And then, of course, you giving him his props and you apologizing. Jim, that's all Jim had to do. That's all he had to do was tell the truth. Like, my bad, because I did hang around them, right? They did put my name on the map. They would not know me without knowing Cam. Maybe Cam would have felt a little bit different, but this ninja right here is still basking and stabbing his friend in the back.
Yeah, man, that's a bugged out dynamic right there, And just what you said, everything you just said, man, that's crazy, man. But it is what it is, And like I said, the minute he did that with 50, I knew Cam just stopped fucking with him. And it's just the fact that you feel so entitled that you could get upset with me. Like even when Cam and Mace started that show together, It Is What It Is show, he was like upset about that.
Mhm.
And it's like, how you gonna be mad at somebody for reconciling with a friend of theirs that they grew up with, and you didn't grow up with neither one of them? You ain't even from the area that they from.
And he also forgot the apology part, right? It ain't like, it is not like they did the podcast. No, Mace apologized first, right? That's what opened the door to say, hey, you want to come on my show, right? That's why I was able to say, come on, they can speak now, because we forgetting the part. Mace apologized first. Mace took accountability for what he did. That's why we have them on a podcast together. People forget that part. It ain't like that didn't exist first. And Mace just said, Campbell, come on in. Nah, Cam still felt a certain way, and they stopped speaking. And Mace reached out to him way before the podcast and apologized like a man. Even after he did the Oracle, right? Even after he did the Oracle and tore his ass up. But he sat back and he thought about it, and then he did the right thing. Jim, on the other behalf, I lost all respect for him. Maybe at that part I forgot I wasn't into like what they was doing or whatever. So I kind of got lost in the sauce. I remember it when it was going on, but I got lost in the sauce. I remember him crying on the radio station. This man looking for so much sympathy and pity. It's crazy. Instead of saying, yo, if Mace could do it, I could do it. If Mace was able to get out there, and instead of Cam getting mad, he made a name for himself. If Cam could do it, I could do it. You chose to become his enemy.
Yo, that is so crazy. You know, do that show with Gilly and Wallow, and he said, man, is there anything you regret or something like that? And he said, yeah, man, the situation with Cam, I wish I could do that over again.
And who said that? Because you broke up.
Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I regret that. He said, I regret how that whole situation went between me and Cam. And then he talked about, because he was saying that he didn't actually get the bag yet. The money was there, coming, but he didn't actually have it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But he was fronting like he had it to a degree. And Cam thought he had money and he was shitting on him. And his pride wouldn't allow him to just be honest with Cam and say, look, I don't really have the money yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it made Cam look at it like, damn, as soon as you get some money, you should have. But that wasn't the situation. And Cam was like, yo, I didn't even know that's how it went down. See, in my mind, I'm thinking that he got the bag and then shitted on me. I didn't know, so when he, like, for instance, they had fell out over a music video. Cam wanted Mace in the horse and carriage video.
Right. But Mace Mace wanted to get paid. But what did Cam say? Now that I'm older, I understand why. But go ahead.
Yeah, because what Mace was saying was, look, the money ain't coming from you, it's coming out of the budget. It's coming from the company, and we could both get paid. But the way Cam was looking at it is like, nigga, why is you worried about this? It wasn't really a little bit of money, but to them, you a millionaire would be considered. Like, why you worry about this little bit of money, nigga? And Mace pride wouldn't allow him to just tell Cam, look, man, I don't have to, I didn't get the bag yet. And I need that money. You know what I'm saying? I need that. So it was like miscommunication. Because that Mace wanted that money. He needed that money, but Cam didn't understand what was going on.
And then what you said, and plus what you said in the beginning was right. Why, they coming out your pocket, right? And because he specifically said, and like I said, this is an old video that I saw. He said, now that I understand, right? So a lot of business move. We gotta remember, like Puffy or not, he learned a lot of business from Puffy, right? We ain't talking about him as in nothing else but in the business realm, right? So he got firsthand how to do business, right? So certain things he gonna do differently. He gonna do differently. Mace was getting jerked and Cam didn't know the business. You could say that, Jaded, but he was absolutely right. So of course, certain things, maybe he was so busy out there touring and going places he couldn't teach Cam. But Cam caught on. Cam was what you call a man. Well, I got to catch on and find out for myself, right? Which he did. He wasn't crying. He stood up like a man and said, if this is what I want to do, like you say, he started putting out mixtapes and stuff like that. And then here he come, right? Because he, like you said, he didn't know how to rhyme. He the only person in the crew that don't know how to rhyme. So Mace found time he even took time out and showed them. And it's 50 million videos where he's saying Mace did it. Mace did the next thing you know, F Mace, right? So what would be the hatred? And you can't say I didn't like him because he did Cam such. Why didn't you like Mace? Why do you think he truly didn't like Mace? And we know it ain't got nothing to do with Cam. Because Cam ain't no sucker.
Well, he didn't like Mace because of what Mace represented. He probably looked at Mace as like a sucker. You got to understand that, like, Mace and Cam, these wasn't like, even though they from Harlem, they had good parents, good upbringing. These niggas was in college. They was playing ball. The women loved them. They were popular. So these like,
man, listen, Mace was far from a punk. I remember when he wanted to get out that concert, he followed Diddy ass and called him at that radio station. Signed the papers. I don't know if you remember that, boy. Mace was far from a sucker, right? Even though you might not be in that life, that doesn't mean you don't know how to fight, right? I don't have to be in that life. People think because you're in that life, you guaranteed to know how to fight. And just because you're not in that life, that means you guarantee not to know how to fight, right? One-on-one, you catch anybody one-on-one, whoever win, they win, right? So people assume that. Mace got a temper. Mace has a temper. And when that temper go, who knows where it's going to go? I got to find that video. Did you ever see that video? I got to find that video. And Puff was scared as shit. But he signed them papers on the radio station, got him out of that contract.
No, I'm not saying Mace is a punk. I'm saying that Jim Jones probably looked at him that way. You got to remember, Jim didn't grow up with Mace or Cam. Mace and Cam from like my area in Harlem. We're from Central Harlem. Central Harlem is like predominantly foundational Black Americans.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
So
my family was right in Drew Hamilton. I'm already up there. That's 143rd and 7th. That's my whole part of town, baby. I know what you're saying, but I know you have to break it down because people is listening. So I got you.
Right, exactly. So he probably was looking at Mace like that. And like I said, Harlem is a hood, but it don't mean that you like everybody in Harlem is just, like it's weird, but you'll have people whose moms might have been a crackhead living next to somebody who both parents is in the house and work, and you know what I mean? It's like that. And they kids all hang out together.
And if you remember, well, back in my days, if you was on the west side, you really didn't hang with the people towards the west, right? I don't know if you remember that. So if you was like with Drew Hamilton and them, they stayed over there, right? They didn't go on down to Lincoln or the other. Unless they went to school or something, they stayed where right, like you didn't see the west or the east. You didn't see them together like that. So they couldn't have had grew up together because it wasn't like that back in the days.
That's right. The West Side, like Central Harlem, didn't really mingle with the East Side like that. You know, now you always gonna have certain individuals that just be everywhere. Cause I have friends like that. That he the reason why I'm out here on the East right now. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even be on the East Side if it wasn't for my man. He know niggas everywhere. But for the most part, you're right. You know, people in this neck of the wood, what the hell we doing all the way on the East Side for? You know, when you talk about Alpo, for instance, he was from the East Side, but he was loving it over here because this is where the money was at. It was more popping in this area of Harlem. You know, this is where the foundational Black Americans is at. So, and like I said, Jimmy is a dude from the Bronx coming to Harlem. The Bronx is cool, but it ain't Harlem.
Mm. That was another argument that I had where they was talking about hip hop, and I'm like, people fail to realize Harlem put hip hop on the map. Now, name the Bronx person who put hip hop on the map. I'll wait. Right? It was Curtis Blow who did that. That was Harlem. Harlem put, but anyway, that's not even the
Don't
subject.
push me, cause
Cause
I'm
I'm close
to
to
the
the edge. Right? But so you're right. Everything was gone. Let me tell you something. And I'm a Brooklynite, and I spent most of my time up in Harlem. Right? all my history is in Harlem. But you would never hear me sitting up there repping it like I'm from there, right? Like he did. Like, come on. And it have to be a more deeper hatred, maybe because Mace was going around the world, maybe because Mace, even though if he had money or didn't have money, and then he could not break up the bond that him and Cameron had. But you can't break up a bond with somebody that we used to wear each other clothes. That bond is unbreakable, right? That bond is unbreakable.
Exactly. You heard what Mace said. Mace was one of those guys. I'm about to pay for this. My thing is right there. Oh, okay, good. Mace was one of those guys that if you give him a old pair of sneakers that you don't want no more, he'll clean them shits up so well that the next time you see him with them, you might want them shits back.
Exactly. He made them suckers. He said he made them sneakers like a whole different, like he just bought them, right? Because he knew the value of not having anything. He knew the value, right? So maybe that's why.
So why are we like saying that Jim Jones was not his friend though?
Because okay, let me just play that part of the video back for you, sis.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit behind. I'm sorry.
All right, dog. I'm gonna play it back. Hold on. Hold on.
It's the whole industry is fake. So let's go.
Okay, let me see. La la la. Where is that? Uh-oh. Hold on, let me go into my history. Give me a second. Did I cut off my... Oh, okay. Just give me a second to bring you back up so I can catch you up.
was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch to see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Hey, give me this, give me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yeah, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it, because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again at that point. And then he's going, for them, they had records that were, look, I always say this to certain artists, I go, damn, when is he going to have his moment?
Now, basically, Jim was in his feelings, right, with Cam. So Cam and 50 Cent was going at it. They were enemies, DJ. So that's why I said he always a fake friend. So now 50 Cent noticed that Jim is fake. So being that him and Cameron is going at it, he calls Jimmy like, yo, what up? Yo, come to my video. Like, that's supposed to be your best friend enemy, right? And this is 50 Cent saying how he played Jim to play Cam, right? So in the beginning, because that part is not there, he says, yo, I just wanted to know, like, what made you call Jim? Because I would never thought about calling your homies, right? Because we all supposed to be living by a code. That's why I don't deal with people who don't live by a code, right? To be in my circle, you must live by a code. Like certain things that you may get into, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But you ain't gonna pull me in your mess. But I'm not gonna slide with your enemy because I'm mad with you. So, like I said before, it's not like 50 was that smart that it's like Jimmy was waiting for the opportunity to hurt Cam. So that's why when 50 Cent made that phone call, Jimmy flew his ass over there, right? He was all in, I forgot what TV show that was, but they were on one of them video shows and laughing it up and playing with him. But he knew that was going to hurt Cam. So this just got revealed like a week ago, DJ.
So when you say Jimmy Iovine?
No, Jim Jones.
Oh, okay. Wow. So, okay.
Jim Jones, the one who used to be in Love and Hip Hop with the
yeah.
Christy,
Okay.
right?
So yeah, so he just on some fugazi.
Right. And then he's mad because now him and Mace hooked back up. But they literally grew up together. And then he's trying to make it seem like him and Cam grew up together and they wore each other's clothes and how dirty Cam did him. But in all reality, you came from the Bronx. You wanted to get down with
all them. Why was all the New York dudes wearing each other's clothes though? That's weird.
It's not weird. If you young, if you ain't got no clothes, and my mama has bought me plenty of clothes, you share it with your friends. That's not.
Man, listen. You know the Wu-Tang Clan used to be in Ohio, right? They used to all wear each other's clothes. Like it would be like, what? And you know, we ain't used to that. We from Ohio. We like, why are they all
y'all don't know how to share. That's because y'all don't know how to share, right?
Man, we look down on that like, They dirty. You know what I'm saying?
But I never wore nobody else's clothes, but people did that in certain instances. But that's like little
we
kids.
thought that was dirty. Like,
Yeah, we talking about children though. You know, like as an adult, of course you're not gonna do that. You know, but some people were less fortunate than others, and yeah, they wasn't too proud to take some hand-me-downs, especially if it was some nice shit. You know.
honey, Wu-Tang Clan was just rotating that shit. They were just rotating clothes.
Well, at that point in time, if
I'm
you're
sorry, not
older,
really talk about bad about Wu-Tang Clan.
no, but if again, people will only do it if they don't have, right? So, okay, I got this shirt, yo, I'm going out. If I don't have it, like you help the next person out until they get it, right?
Mhm.
They didn't. If you think they doing it now, they all got money. They didn't have it then.
Yeah,
They didn't have it then, right? So that's what
Honey,
friends
they
do.
was all sharing clothes, all that. They were doing all that.
They had to fake it till they make it.
Crazy.
They
I'm
fake
like,
it.
what?
They fake it till they make it, right?
Man, that was like the ongoing thing. Like, bro, he got the same clothes on so and so had on the other day.
Okay, but
You know, we from Ohio. We ain't from that. We like what? You know,
I don't
Ohio
think
was like a kind of, it was like a little middle class little town in like the middle of nowhere. And we up there like, bro, he got the same, so and so had the same outfit on yesterday. Did they wash it? We were like tripping, like, what is going on? But that might be a cool, like a thing in New York that they do. You know what I'm saying?
no, it's not a thing in New York. That's a lot of different places, not just New York. The thing is, if you're poor and you don't have it, you share, right? You going out, yo, rock this shirt, right? Because I don't have the money to look good going out or whatever, right? And that anytime you hear people, maybe not in Ohio, but in different places, that's what they did. The same way, you know, you didn't have it, you asked your sister or your brother, oh, can I wear this? Can I wear that? Right? I'm going out. That's just things that people did when they didn't have no money. Right? If I've only got two, so you know, but even who what we're talking
They
about,
millionaires now, honey. We up there was like finding them, and they probably still broke in Ohio, and they didn't cash rolls
Well,
everything around.
we're talking about
kids.
we're talking about little kids. We're talking about kids, not adults. You know what I'm saying? Not even young teenagers. You know, we're talking about kids. And neither Cameron nor Mace were drug dealers growing up. You know, you had plenty. Harlem was known for fly niggas, and everybody in Harlem was sharing each other's clothes. But
Yeah,
you know,
Wu-Tang was exactly. They were very much drug dealers, and they were very much sharing clothes and very much bringing drugs into Ohio and making it terrible. So,
well, Wu-Tang is a rap group, right? So who out of the Wu-Tang clan was wearing each other's clothes?
is it? Ain't they a part of the Diplomats? Isn't Jim Jones?
No.
Jim Jones was not the Diplomats.
Come to find out, no.
What?
No, he affiliated himself with it, right? But that
So
was
he was not like the leader of the. I thought that Jim Jones. Was
no,
the leader
it
of
was
the-
Cameron thing.
Wow. Okay.
Right,
So
that he attached the stuff to. I'm gonna play that whole video tomorrow when Cam breaks it down. It's an old video, but sometimes these
So
old
they wasn't-
videos,
That's crazy.
these
What?
old videos tell the truth, right? And even well, we're gonna get to the part to where when Cam responds back a little bit. But I'm like, I think that he really wanted Mace to respond. Mace got his popcorn, right? Mace got his popcorn. Like, I'm too old for this shit.
And Sugar dig this, Sugar. I can almost guarantee you that Cam was like, nah, Mace. Let me handle it.
Even when he tried to.
Did he ever marry that girl, whatever her name is? Like,
No. He is a grown man's child. Jim is a grown man's child. Like, I don't think he would ever grow up.
And shouts out to his mom. May she rest in peace.
No, his mother living.
The
I'm talking about Cam.
Pizzicotic. Yeah, Pizzicotic.
I'm talking about Cam's mom.
Yeah, no. Jim Jones's mom had passed.
No, she didn't.
No, Jim Jones' mom is still alive.
Why? I saw a thing that said she had passed away.
Cam's mom.
No, it was Jim Jones's mom, Physicotic. Yeah.
No, his mother name is Nancy.
Listen, the one who had the T-shirt line, Physicotic, psychotic. She spelled it wrong on YouTube or whatever. She's still alive.
Yeah, Nancy's still alive, girl.
Damn, bro. I feel like now. Okay, hold on. Now this is like a Mandela effect because I remember her. It was a whole thing. She had passed on.
No, Cam's mom's just passed away, not Jim.
No, Physicotic. She had passed. Oh my god. Like,
His mother name is Nancy. Jim Jones' mama name is Nancy.
I just ordered you something to eat.
So I mean, you could Google it if you want to on your own end, but his mother is alive. I don't know who did that, who put that out, but they are very incorrect.
You know, that's weird. Like when they like say that, because I really thought that she had passed on. That's crazy. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? The one that was on Love and Hip Hop or whatever the show that they was on.
Nah,
I don't
know.
Nah, but Jim mama, we just seen her. She's alive and well, right?
She was just on in O Block in Chicago.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago. They gave her a chain. Yeah, they gave her a chain.
I swear to goodness, it was about a year ago. I saw a thing that said she had passed on.
No, Jim.
I'm not tripping. I'm not lying. It's maybe the internet is on.
Yeah, it's the internet. Cause baby, if his mama would passed away and he ain't got his mama titty no more, that man be crazy. That man be crazy right now. You have to probably put him in a mental facility. It's all happened to his mama. He's such a mama's boy. You would know something happened to his mama. You would know. Because he would be lost in this world without her because he's a grown man's child. He's still a child. They're always saying fake stuff on the internet for clickbait. Exactly, Jackie. Exactly. All right. So I'm going to get back into the answer for this, right?
Oh, man. Let me show you how crazy this is. Bro, like when you look it up, it's like it's saying that she did, but then it's comparing it. Hold on. Look at this. This is crazy. Hold on. Look at this.
Jim Jones was born. He was born in Indiana.
Look at this. I swear to goodness. Like, I swear it came up on my feed. I know I'm not tripping.
James Truman Jones, and that's not him. His parents separated in 1945. You know that's not him. Jim Jones may also refer to the rapper Joseph Guerrero II, who is known by stage name Jim Jones. His mother is Nancy Mama Jones. She appeared on the reality show Love and Hip Hop. Okay.
Man, bro, I'm telling you.
No, but go up. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up.
Those are two different people.
Right. This says Loretta Pittman, the mother of Jim Jones, passed away in Jamestown, 1977. So you know that's not Nancy.
But no,
I don't think Jim Jones was born yet. His mother can't be passed away before he's born.
And it's two different people. Look what it says. It says Jim Jones was born. Look, it says Jim Jones was born in Crete, Indiana in 1931. Jim Jones was born in 1931. We're not talking about the same person.
But you see how the AI.
We see, but if you read it, you would like, nah, this don't add up, right? He's born
I never read it. I just saw that. His mom died, right? So I'm thinking that she had died, right?
Nah, that his mama right there. And that's October 2024.
Her husband.
That's Nancy right there.
Right. Okay, so that's what it was. All right. So listen, my bad. Okay, because
no, it ain't your bad.
It's whoever, like, what the hell?
It's whoever put that there is daggone wrong. And they changed the whole dates and everything. Right? That's sad, but they do what they did.
And the whole time I'm thinking that she had passed on. Man, that's crazy.
No, but Cam moms really did just pass away, right? And I think that hurt him too, because like his mother, Jim Jones' mother, mean a lot to everybody. Did you go show up for his mom's funeral? What type of friend are you? You should know right then and there they can't be friends. Like,
I'm still trying to figure out why he still haven't married that woman yet. Like, what are you doing? Like,
they're not even together anymore.
No more.
The original Jim Jones, who he took his name from the cartel. Yes. Thank you.
I don't even think they were talking about that Jim Jones. I think it's a bunch of Jim Joneses. I don't even think they was talking about him. But
oh no, the one who poisoned. Oh, the don't drink the Kool-Aid, Jim Jones.
Yeah, why would he name himself after that? That's crazy. That's his real name. That's crazy right there. Like, why is he like associated with Jim Jones? Okay, that's crazy.
If Jim Jones don't slow down, before you know it, they're gonna be out here calling him a tether. Because he is non-FBA, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's
he a hater. Absolutely. But I think he really to boost up, to make himself a name, he's dying for Mace to make a record, right? That's what he really want. He don't really, even though, you know, he mad at Cam, he jealous, mad jealous of Cam, right? But to me, after 50 faked you, we can't be friends no more. I'm sorry. I think, like I said, if you look at Cam's face, he's looking for a glimpse of hope, right? Thank you, Man-Made. He's looking for a glimpse of hope. And then once what's this?
Man, so look at this.
Fires back at Cameron.
Jimmy Jones. Yes, sir.
No, I'm gonna get to that. I gotta get to that.
All right, you know, okay, you already seen that?
Yeah, but that comes right after Jim. That's coming right after Cameron says what he says on his show, which is coming up. And then that will be his response to that, which I thought that was distasteful too. Like, everything Jim Jones is doing is gutter. I have no respect for him. People be all of us is not from New York, Mark. All of us is not from New York.
See, but Sugar,
I don't even know what the hell's going on.
Let me say this real quick, Sugar. The thing that's gonna hurt Jim the most is that he doesn't really have a history.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. Like, Jim has a history. Mace has a history. I think that was one of the reasons why him and Max B fell out. It was over jealousy. Me and Max B used to run in the same crew. You know, I remember when he hooked up with Jim Jones. Jim was extremely envious of Max B because of what Max B had that he would never have, and that's a history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that's what's going to hurt Jim the most. You know, and I think I think Cam was very reluctant.
No, but he's always been a beat biter. Because even when Stax Bundle passed, right? Who did he start to sound like? Stax Bundle. And remember, Stax from Far Rockaway. Stax was doing his thing. Like, I absolutely agree with what Cam was saying. Everybody who ends up being around Jim either A, go to jail, or B, not here no more. I would never walk if I be on the same block with Jim Jones. I'm crossing the street.
You crossing the street?
I'm crossing the street. Right? He even did like a remix. He did a re thing on one of Slick Rick songs, and I used to love watching Stack B. Right now, all of a sudden, he ain't here no more. Right? Even Chinks. Right? Ain't here no more. In some type of way, I don't even want to be
what
his
happened
friend.
to Chinks? What happened to Chinks, bro? You mean the Chinese dude? What happened to Chinks?
No, that's just his name. He's another Brooklynite, right? But and he never put none of his men on. Never. Right? Never. At least you could say you hung around Cam. At least you could say you hung around Cam and you got put on what's the other one name? Jewels. He got put on.
Man,
People
bro,
at least
who knew Jewels was toothless? Like, I'm like,
I wanted to say that, but I didn't say what was missing the teeth, right? But exactly. But Jim ain't putting on. Jim just ride off of people, and he be faking it. So
I used to have a little crush on Jewel, so I found out he ain't had no damn teeth. I mean, what the hell?
Well, he got some now, so he all right. He all right. But
and why are they all like missing teeth? They ain't that. There's someone just always like just come up to the show and just bust them in their mouth. Bye.
I don't know, but
not where the teeth at.
I really don't know.
Where is
But
the teeth?
But I will say that he was never Jim's friend, right? And he thought that he could slither his way into being his friend just so he could be on top of Cameron. But Cameron is a person, his mind go 50 million ways at a time, right? So which means, remember, he was also doing movies, right? So he was planting his seeds in different places. He had no time to. That's what you should have been doing, Jim Jones. That's why he wasn't available, because he planting seeds in different places.
I don't think Jim scamped his way in. I think he just lucked up. I think in the beginning, he was really happy to be around those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they embraced him back because they felt like the type of love he was showing was genuine in the beginning. Jim was the dirty member of that whole crew. You can look at the old videos with him with the extra baggy army suit on, with the dirty Timbs and the Let Me Know video, the camera video.
Like what he wears today.
Nah, he a fly nigga today. But back then,
dirty.
Yeah, he still looked dirty. A lot of people do say that. But yeah, man, he was the dirty member. And I just think that they just showed him a lot of love. And he hung on, man, real tight. I think he really, and Harlem guys are like that. That's the way we are, man. If you're around us, man, we gonna show you love. And if you hang around long enough, man, whatever success I get is gonna eventually trickle down to you. So I think that Jim was just in the right spot, but I think he should humble himself, because you running around here capping. You're doing a lot of fronting, and Cameron decided to pull his skirt up.
But so here's the thing: is that like so? Is he mad because he's really cool with like Mace, and they got their show together, and now he trying to like throw some shade?
Yeah, he was mad about that, and that's mad out of pocket. That's out of line. You out of line, dude. Know your place, first of all, nigga. Know your place. You was a bum ass nigga. Happy. I ain't gonna say he was happy that his grandmother died, but you was happy that you had that free apartment, and you was happy that niggas just was around you. You was cool with that. You was letting motherfuckers come into your crib, 7 deep, fucking all kind of bitches, rolling up blunts, smoking weed, you know, doing whatever the fuck they wanted to. That's how much you wanted to be around these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and you became successful because you hung on tight enough, you know. So for him to be upset that Cam and Mace decided to reconcile their situation, it's like, come on, nigga, you out of pocket. We don't even really know you like that. That's like me. That's like you and Sugar. I see you on Sugar's show all the time. I always watch Sugar's show, and I see you a lot sometimes too, sis. And that's like me coming on the show for the first time, and I'm upset because you know you and Sugar got y'all rocking the way y'all. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Like I'm out of pocket. I'm way out of place. Like doing that. You know that's not Jim's place. And he do this shit publicly. You know what I mean? He's way out of pocket. And he
like a little like relationship, like to where it's like I feel like you should be on my side. Cause they be doing that, like, oh
no. What happened was, regardless of what happened, like I said before, we're missing the piece that the reason why Mace and Cam is back together because Mace held himself accountable and apologized. Right, the one thing Jim Jones cannot do. Right, he started thinking about. Listen, I've been in this business, but Cam been my friend for real, right? And I was acting funny, right? And then I was making it seem like I had more money when I didn't, right? So he publicly apologized, right? That's why they're friends again. That's why they was able to, laugh this sucker off and then go back into good time, all the good times they had together, right? See, that's the difference, right? So it ain't like Cam did, Mace did Cam a little dirty or whatever. Them two didn't speak for years. And then when Cam realized how long they wasn't speaking, he knew that he was wrong and he apologized.
Wasn't they all like signed to Rockefeller? Like
no, only
Cam, not
only Cam.
So
Mace was signed to Bad Boy.
Was not signed to. Hold on, I know Mace was signed to Bad Boy, but was the Diplomats?
No, they were signed to Koch. First of all, when they first came out, they all was supposed to be signed to Koch, right? Koch the records, whoever beat them out their money.
Koch is a distribution company. It's not a record label.
Whomever. Koch.
Yeah, Koch is a distribution.
Koch is whom they were arguing over, right?
Well, look,
not record label. It's distribution.
No, but look, Cam, when Cam first came out, he was supposed to sign with Bad Boy. They didn't really like him like that. Puffy didn't like him. Puff loved Mace. He didn't really like Cam. Mace introduced Cam to Biggie.
Right.
And what it wasn't that Biggie could do. So what Biggie did was he introduced Cam to his man, Un Rivera. And he signed with Un.
Yeah.
That was his first deal. Right. That's when he came out with the horses and carriage and all of that.
Yes, okay.
Then after that, once he blew up, like with that song, who thinks the world of you? My bitches, my hoes, you know what I mean? With Jim in the pool looking dirty and crazy. You know, he came and blew up. That song did really good. Dame Dash. This is when Dame was still kind of running Rockefeller. So Dame, of course, Dame being from Harlem, he's gonna look out for other Harlem people. So he made Cameron president of Rockefeller. A lot of people say this added to the rift between Dame and Jay-Z.
Dame and Jay, right?
Because at that time Jay was courting Beyonce, and when he comes back, you know, the Dipset is a part of fucking Rockefeller now, you know. So he did do a deal with Dame, and Dame looked out for him, made him the president of Rockefeller at that time. And you even hear there's even interviews with the guys from State Property saying how on point Cam was business wise, how Cam just had it together, you know. Yeah, and then that fizzled out, and then as Sugar was saying, they all went and got deals with Koch.
All right,
And
so
you're right.
all right, so Koch is Koch was a distribution. So the only thing that they provided was where the records would go distribution wise. They did not they might give you a little bit of money, but the distribution is straight up.
No, we get what you saying, but I'm telling you what they said, right? It's gonna come up in the video, right? It's gonna come up.
But you see that this is a distribution.
But at one point in time, they had to be a record company too, right? Because that's what they was arguing over. So maybe they was arguing over the distribution. I don't know.
No, they were 100% distribution. What Koch did?
They did get a bag from Koch. They got a bag. Koch ain't gonna treat every artist the same. If you go to Koch and you got some momentum, they in a case, Koch made an investment in them, and they did get a bag.
Let me go back to when they was talking about Koch, so she could get a better understanding. Cameron didn't hold Jim back. If Cam was dirty, why Jim signed to him, right? Cam and Mace was getting like 20 million in over 18 months. Underdog Fantasy Sports to do the podcast. It boils down to getting a bigger bag right now. Cam and Mace winning right now. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to.
Oh, shouts out to that. That's a great point, right? But what I'm saying is when it comes down to the music, Koch is not a record label.
Okay, but I'm going to go back so you can hear what we heard, right? Remember, we don't know.
The reason why I know that is because I was doing management for artists back in the day, and we would go to Koch to get distribution. So I just know it from that level. Koch is primarily distribution.
Right, but they still did deals like Koch. They did deals with Koch.
Yeah, you can do a deal if you know. Listen, if I know that I'm going to get 1 million records sold, because distribution, right? So that means that you might have to go to Koch for manufacturing, because you cannot afford to manufacture every record.
She's gonna play a video, and then I want to see what your opinion is after that, because.
Okay, because maybe I'm because I'm from Detroit, and from what we knew, Koch was just distribution, not label. But we'll see.
Right. No. Okay.
I watched Mace shit on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch on all the time.
After seeing this interview, listen, I'm not sure, right? If we'll ever see Mace and Cam back on comments in here. And like I said, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description, because again,
him with your friend shit and shit like that, like OB. You heard? Cam and Mace were so-called best friends in RP Huddy. I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say, is that I wasn't there for every single thing. Everybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him, and how Cam was jumping out the window for him with your friend shit and shit like that, like being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. He was trying his best to make sure that Mace stayed as safe as possible. But Mace had got that money and lost his mind. Seen crazier shit happen. I know brothers that shot brothers and shit like that. So for friends to get back, he ain't think nothing. He could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing. Let's not get this shit twisted. Nobody could tell me going right. So I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones. There was a point where all the famous people know me. Then after that, it was like, shit, I'm just as famous as all the famous people. Somebody want to see you do good, but not as good as them. Oh yeah, I know what this move is about.
Oh my God, the hatred.
Everybody don't got the mind of a real leader.
You never let nothing.
When you went out to perform, because
I had balling. I had the hottest record at the time. My record was hotter than 50's records at the time.
And no, Ninja, you couldn't do. He couldn't do a
His
performance.
records were
You only
hotter
sung
than
one part of the
50.
song.
What?
50 went diamond, right?
Exactly.
So
That's what I was about to
what are
say.
we talking about here? We're all
That's
in
what
this
I'm saying.
one song, and you
Man,
got that
bro.
50 people on that song, right?
Right, the one song he did put out, like it had everybody and their grandma on it. So what? Like what? But that's not showing that Koch is not a record label.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. The reason why I know this is because I was fooling around managing like hip hop artists back then, and we would go to Koch for distribution, not for actual. They will give you a distribution budget, but sometimes they'll give you marketing, but for the most part, it will be you have to have a label set up, and then they would give you like certain stuff. So I just know that from just dealing with like the hip hop in Detroit. So they're a distributor.
Right. So they had labels. All of them had labels. Jules,
Right.
Jules
Because
had
that's
Skull Gang.
that's when
Right. So you have a
call-
label, but so what happens with the distributor is that they will so here's the thing with the distribution. So because
No, but what I'm saying is this: says they all had labels. Jules Santana had Skull Gang. Jim Jones had what was Bird Gang, and Cameron, of course, had the Diplomats, Dipset.
right.
They did the same thing at Rockefeller. Dame set it up the same way. He gave Beanie Siegel state property. They had Rockefeller. You know, it's the same shit. You know,
So
and then
what was happening back then is people, if they already had the ability to like sell their own records, you can go straight to distributor. So the same thing happened with Cash Money. Same thing happened with what's his name? What's the dude's name? What's his name? What's his name? Master P, right?
Master P. Yeah.
So the reason why he got his big deal and was able to like cash in so hard is because he already had his own network. So the distribution company contacts him and says, "Well, let us distribute your stuff," right? So they gave him a distribution deal to where they came to this distributor versus him like selling it out his car, whatever. So he was able to get like $1 million distribution deal. So that's pretty much. It wasn't like the $1 million that like Cash Money got or that Master P got, because that was like a one at a time deal. You know what I'm saying? But they were giving out like $1 million deals back then, right, for distribution. But
Yeah, but Master P deal, like that's a whole different thing. Like Master P was appealing, like the thing, like the whole Koch thing. That was something that Cameron worked out for them, and that's another. And they're bitter. They're bitter about Cameron, but he didn't have to do that either. And trust me, they all got it back from that.
Once you like do a distribution deal, right? So that means you own your masters. So Cameron still is making money off his masters. He's not like assigned to a record label, right? Versus people might be signed underneath him as a label. However, like Koch is they all they do is disperse it out to like back then we had like Walmarts and stuff where you like go buy CDs from and stuff like that. So that's what it really was, is that like you know they know how to like get the stuff in the right places and then not have that many returns, because the whole like distribution game is about return, right? So you can like put stuff in certain areas and you don't want to get returns back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, trust me, I was in the distribution game for like 3 years working for Submerge, you know what I'm saying? Understanding how distribution works. So I know how that works, you know, when it really comes down to it. Koch is a distributor, trust me. They might have tried to like open up. They did like a DVD thing, but not like a.
Damn, I don't want to go through this whole entire freaking video to get to it. But I'm not.
But no, they
That's a lot.
Koch did not have a record label. They had a distribution.
I'm not disagreeing, but I'm telling you, they the ones mentioned it, not me, right? They the ones said it was a beef. They got off Koch Records, and then one point in time, Cam called in protecting the person at Koch Records, right? This is part of the history. Now they did all this for a distribution deal, fine, but he is correct. After that, he went under Undies, right? He's absolutely correct with that, right?
Okay.
To say
you know what? I see
Right,
right here.
hold on, but hold on. Look. Can I read something real quick for y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Because me, it says, look, Koch Entertainment.
Are you saying?
Where you at? Where you at, bro? Go ahead.
But no, you're right. They did have a major independent music. They did have a record label. So, but from what I never knew them to be a record label.
That's why I said we didn't make this up. This is what they said. Hey, I'm God. What's up? Welcome to Bloggers Purge Show. Welcome. Right. So at that point in time, Jim going off, and then being that Koch is giving Cam more money, Jim is mad. But Jim ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing to make the money. We've been hearing about this for years.
Koch released records, album by Royce da 5'9", Goody Mob, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Right.
It's a music, film, and television distribution. But they did do record deal. This is old news, right? This is old.
Well, you know what? Like I said, back when I was like knowing about Koch, I knew it just only as a distributor. So we would have our product, and then we would go to Koch and say, "Can you
distribute it?" And then after that didn't work out, he introduced him to like everything, like he said. Then they went to Undies.
Right.
Hey, Aunt. Yeah, Jim have always been, but I'm like, instead of being jealous of Cam, you should have learned from Cam because he already went through that with Mace. It ain't like he sat back and cried. I don't think Jim should ever thought he was getting paid more. Exactly. He didn't work. It's not even a fact that he thought he should. He didn't work hard enough to. Right? You want to stay in the streets. Streets ain't paying you, or keep what the streets is paying you. Right? Keep what the streets is paying you.
Mm-hmm.
He out there, he picking up from where his friend took off at and said, I could do this too. Right? That's what you call somebody smart. Instead of being jealous, say, I can do this too. Like right now, nobody be listening. Nobody would have been listening to this song he put out. He still have to use Cam and Mace just to keep himself relevant. He just did some song when he got with his Hispanic brothers or whatever, and they was doing, nobody heard it. Nobody, his thing go wood every time. Koch thought Jimmy was going to be a multi-platinum selling artist, but he was a one-hit wonder. That's what I said. He's a one-hit wonder, man. That's exactly what I said.
They need to stick with what they was doing, distribution, not like actually A&Ring and finding artists and whatever.
Nah, they was a record label. But I hear what you're saying, though, Ceci. But you gotta understand it. Like Jim really lucked up, man. He wasn't that guy. Like I'm speaking. I remember the mixtapes back in '94, '93. Herb McGruff, Miguel, Children of the Corn. I remember all the mixtapes that was on the street. And Mace and Cam and all them guys, their name was already buzzing in the under. It was just a matter of time. And these wasn't no regular Harlem kids. These wasn't no, like, Jim was a regular bum ass nigga. He didn't have no talent. Mace and Cameron played basketball. They got college scholarships. These wasn't no regular kids. You see what I'm saying? These dudes was exceptional. There was a lot of exceptional people from that area, just period. But those was two guys from that area of Harlem that was very exceptional. And he just happened to get in at a time where they was approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Our rule of thumb is we have problems. Everybody
Wait,
does.
Start it yet. Don't start it yet.
But you did.
Don't start it yet. I'm gonna do a quick little break for all the people that is coming in. Please welcome to our show, right? But just in case you forgot, remember to
Hope you had a great time, my friend. Don't forget to like and hit send. Tell a friend to come join and thrive. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to both channels. Our moderator is dropping both links in the chat, so become part of both families. Okay? And thank you. Hey, Demetrius, welcome. Y'all just need to let them ninjas beef brothers. No, Demetrius. Ain't no brother. You have hatred for me and you set me up. We no longer brothers. Sorry. Because then what else can you do to me? You still ain't never apologized. What else can you do to me?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime somebody say, yeah, I knew it was him, right? So 50 saying I know it's him. If somebody noticed the hate you have from somebody that they purposely call you because me and that person beefing too, and I can use you to stick them, nah, sorry. We can't be friends no more. People ain't gonna hate you today and love you tomorrow. They could not like you, but if you got hate, jealousy, envy, we can't be friends. Because what if I blow up even more and don't want to take you with me? What else can you do? What else you gonna do to me?
Probably not. Well,
you understand what I'm saying, Harlem?
mm-hmm.
There's no comeback from that. That's the difference between jealousy and envy. You know, jealousy is cool. But jealousy, you're losing something is yours, and they get a whole out of it. But
Honey, it's breaking up. It's breaking up, honey. It's breaking up. I hear you.
Yeah, my fault. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Envy is when you're envious of something that someone else has that you believe you should have, and that's the problem. Envy is worse than jealousy. And you know, in the case with Jim Jones out, is that he was a bum ass nigga. He attached himself to the right people. He probably meant well in the beginning, but that shit he was saying, Mace getting money and the money made him crazy. He was projecting his own shit. That Jim got money and turned into a monster to the point where he had an image that the world believed. They thought he was this Harlem street dude, and it wasn't even the fucking case. And I'm pretty sure Cam has a lot more to say. This is just like the tip of the iceberg. Him saying, you know, we all knew that Jim wasn't really from Harlem. A lot of people already knew that. So that first shot is him just letting Jim look, just slow down. Holy, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more he could say about Jim. I know Jim wants to say a lot of things about Cam, but they're in the same position. They're not. Cam Brown has history. Jim Jones doesn't have history, and that's the difference between them. One guy has toxicity, the guy doesn't.
You keep it amongst the family.
What's up, everybody? This is the world famous Ed Lover, and you are watching Forgotten King.
Brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Harlem, and I just feel like certain things, number one, are embarrassing if people that you feel you've raised and helped could disrespect you in a certain way. But, it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? So generally speaking, our rule of thumb is we have problems. Everybody does, it's human. But you deal with them internally. You keep it amongst the family, and years before I had conversations with the younger generation, Cam and them, and was like, no matter what, regardless of what, we have to always have a united front, and if there's problems, we need to talk it out privately. This is something that's hard for me. My fault. I just sit this one out, but it's more embarrassing than anything. Like regardless, it ain't for me. Everybody knows what's right, what's wrong, and people act certain ways. It's just, at this age, it's embarrassing.
Well, they would say, I was telling them that, and Dame, tell the truth. Me and you talk all the time. That's why I'm telling you real. Have you ever brought up that Jim Jones tried to jump into me at all?
Nah.
Dame never told. I told you that. Dame never told me about this. Never, ever, ever. So I'm telling you, Cam and Jim going through something right now. So Cam did what he wanted to do, and I was shocked. And I got no problem with Jim. Jim is all right with me. I mean, that Dame, they know each other with kids. They raised those dudes. So you gonna do that to the OG? That's what bothered me, Dame. We cool. We go to BBQs. We argue for 8 hours, and we walk out smiling. Nori, Bleak, and Dame talk for 3 hours. You'll squash that beat. That could have been a conversation, Dame, Jim, and you, man. That's crazy to me, bro. And I know you ain't soft. Not because you my man. Dame is just not soft. I'm not sweet. We ain't killers, but come on, bro. That's crazy. Dame, you was gonna fight 3 people, Dame?
What? Let it finish playing. I got to hear this. I still had a video before that, but it's still coming from the same source. Sincere.
I mean, it wasn't like it just was. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. You want to get too deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like the one thing that a lot of times when you're around certain people, they spend a lot of time telling you superhero tough stories about themselves. I did this, I did that, and it sounds unbelievable. And it's like, how tough can you be with somebody you knew since you was 8? It was in that moment, to me, it ain't no props in getting that Jomo. You know what I'm saying? Or it would be like if I had to fight him and beat him, or he beat me, whatever. The fact that we even fought is so anti-Harlem and against everything that it wasn't something that I was like, oh, that's some fly shit that I fronted on him and his crew and all that. Nah, I thought the whole thing, it wasn't anything that made me happy. It wasn't like I never looked at him as I never looked at him as somebody that I would want to really hurt. I know his family. You know what I mean? So it was more like shock. But it's like I said, that type of thing, it's the wrong example. We supposed to be leaders, I know when I was young, I laughed at old niggas for doing things that I felt they were too old to be doing. So I don't ever want to be 54, talking tough, or 53, fighting niggas, projecting the wrong example, because that's going to make it all right for them to do it, the younger generation. And I'm even thinking to myself, are they even fighting because me and homie, ain't work shit out? Like, because I'm sure if I could have squashed that, they could have squashed whatever. But some things, it's not about squashing. It's like, yo, we brothers. You choose one path, I choose another. Stay over there. Don't mess my money up. Nobody got to know. That's why when, Biggs and homie wasn't talking, that for 2 years, y'all didn't know.
I ain't noticed it.
I didn't even know they wasn't speaking.
You ain't lying. You ain't telling me.
We don't, we wasn't, because to me, men should be able to work things out verbally. And again, in Harlem, if you snap on a nigga to the extent he feel he got a swing on you, the guy that swung lost.
Yup. You got me to take a
it's like, oh, he bugged you. He got you so mad that you out of pocket.
Let's talk about it, y'all. That was Dame Dash reacting to the Cam'ron and Jim Jones controversy. Of course, as we all know, Dame has had a relationship with both Jim Jones and Cam'ron, so it was only right that he gave his take on the situation involving Cam and Jim Jones. According to Dame, watching Cam and Jim Jones go back and forth, It's embarrassing. All right. If it was up to Dame, he would rather Cam and Jim Jones handle their issues internally. Right. However, it's too late for that. You get what I mean? Jim Jones, he was asked a question responding to the Cameron and 50 Cent interview. And now we got Cam taking the gloves off, right, early this week, responding to that Jim Jones, Justin LeBoy interview. And here we are. Okay, you got Mace on one hand, he eating popcorn. However, he is, also agreeing with Dame Dash, right? We put out a video a couple of days ago of Mace explaining his reason for his viral moment, right, of him eating popcorn during Cameron's rant against Jim Jones. But Mace, he's on the same boat with Dame, right? He wants to see all parties resolve their issues, and let's get back to the money, right? Because the history is history. You can't deny the impact that Dipset, right, Diplomats, Bird Gang, that whole wave, you can't deny the impact it's had in the rap game over the years. You know what I mean? It's expected to have issues along the way. That's what happens. You know what I mean? You take individuals out the hood, put millions of dollars in their pocket, change their lifestyle. It's bound to happen. You're talking about egos. Listen, it's bound to happen. However, we're in a new day now, 2025, and we're seeing, Cam and Mace do their thing, what it is. Listen, it's only right that at some point, all parties involved, you know what I mean? They come together, have the conversation, and figure out a way to resolve it. Right? Because now it's too late. It's out there. Everybody's giving their take on it. Social media, people want to give their reactions to it. And this is what happens when you let these issues, seep out to the public.
The thing is,
look at the picture, bro.
The thing is, Jim can't say I'm sorry, right? He can't say I'm wrong, right? Because he's so into himself. He don't see any part that he played, and he got everybody thinking he was done dirty. Basically, your work should speak for itself. You have not put in no work. That's why you are all on these reality shows. Let's not forget, he even did a favor and went on. Cam did a favor and went on, for even though it was for his then at the time girlfriend, but he said I don't even want no. I'm just gonna do a walk in and walk off. And they end up taping more, right? He even did that for his then girlfriend and for Jim Jones and them, right? He did a favor because they've been begging Cam to come on, Lover. I don't do that, and he still did that. I'm trying to figure out, right? Within the last maybe 15 or whatever, y'all not even speaking and you going everywhere crying, right? And I think for y'all, people could say they can sell it the way they want to. That is their business. But I'm speaking as a human being, right? We are no longer brothers when you try to play a part in my demise. Right? That we are no longer brothers. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. Right? If you're talking about me crying, that's different. Right? Because you could talk, I could talk, that's different. But once you play a part in my demise and go to my enemy, and then the enemy is laughing, saying, yeah, he had no problem. You know how that feel? I called him yeah. What type of brother is that?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody want them to work it out because they believe in Dipset. But in reality, if you were in that same predicament, you won't be saying the same thing.
I have to take the gloves off based on the response that Jim Jones gave in his Justin LeBoy interview. However, Cam didn't have to go there, right? He just used that moment to launch the new season of It Is What It Is. Shout out to him, right? Jim Jones, he's not innocent. He's promoting music as we speak. They're trying to, make it seem like Jim is stepping in the booth to write some bars against Cam at 50. Nah, come on now. Everyone is using this as a play to promote something. When it comes to Cam, he launched his new season of It Is What It Is. So, we're not a better way to address all of the bullshit on our first episode on the season premiere. Jim, you already know. He released snippets of music, letting it be known, listen, we got the remix. So, listen, I'm confident at some point Cam and Jim Jones will have the conversation. And who knows, right? We might all see Dame, Mace, Cam, Jim, you get what I mean? Having these conversations and getting past this, because like I said, instead of beefing about issues from 20, 30 years ago, how about we put a platform together and get this money? Come on, the power of independence. We already know how Dame give it up. Shout out to him and his network, American New Network. If you haven't subscribed, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description. But again, y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on Dame Dash's take on the Cameron and Jim Jones controversy? Let me know, do you agree with Dame Dash's take or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
Wait, you got Cam, a Dipset none. Them. Let me tell you something. People got to realize there was never no paperwork. I'm going to show that tomorrow. Wait, I'm going to do a whole thing on it tomorrow, right? In the afternoon, right? Sometime old
Why
stuff.
is it never no paperwork? Everybody be learning about the paperwork.
Right. When we watch it tomorrow, when we go through it tomorrow, I think I get back in. I'll probably do it maybe, I don't know. You'll maybe like after three be good for you, DJ. Because I know you probably going because you know I'm going before that.
You know
but
what? We were supposed like to go on live about like the other stuff today.
Now, but this is getting good. And thank all of you guys. Thank all my Bush babies. Me and DJ, thank all of you guys so much for being here. Thank you for participating. Please don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe. Please get us up in the algorithm.
Man, let me tell you something. They hitting the unlike button on my ass. They don't like me. I'm looking at my back chat. They're like, unlike.
I don't look at that.
I'm just showing.
I'm just glad you're here. You can hit a like, but I'm just glad you're here. Everybody got right to their opinion or whatever. If you unlike it, it's okay. It's fine. That's all right.
It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
As long as you in here and you listening, you may not like it, but as long as you stay right here, we good, right? We good, right? You got Cam and this, that, then people could say what they want to say. I don't have a dog in this fight. We don't have a dog in this fight, but this been going on for so long. But this shit started. That's when I was rocking with her. Now I'm too old to rock with it, and it's coming back up. It's coming back up. Nobody is really thinking about how Cam felt just to get them words out of his mouth to ask 50 what made you call him. And then you have to anticipate 50's answer. Imagine somebody telling you about you're supposed to be soldier. Imagine somebody telling you about you're supposed to be soldier like that. You gonna come instead of him just saying doing what Mace did and said I was wrong. He said them they on my Disney and they can't tell me nothing. And I got you had a hot verse. You didn't even have a whole record. You had a hot verse because 50 more people was on that damn song, right? 50 more people was on that song. So my song was hotter than 50's. 50 went diamond. 50 sold 10 million records, right? You did one verse, it was hot, but it wasn't burning, damn it. It was just hot. It wasn't flaming. If you touched it, didn't burn nobody, it was just a hype. But you can't compare yourself to 50. Right? And then he get mad because, again, when Dame do stuff, remember when they did Paid in Full and everything else, he calling Cam. He ain't calling Jim. When he got into the movies, they called Cam. Ain't nobody called Jim. My ex gave me a Jim Jones CD and I listened to her Whitney Houston greatest hits way more than the Jimmy record. I know you did, Master Teach. I know you did. Sometimes you just gotta part ways. You just gotta part ways with people. I'm sorry. I know you guys want it, but in reality, you gotta part ways with people sometimes. Shit. Sometimes you gotta do it with your own family. Cam wanted to know how 50 can see a backdoor brother. Cam wanted to know how 50 can see a backdoor. That too. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now I wanted to get back to what you should have pulled that up by the hell. Shoot. What Cam response was, it's still on Forgotten Kings. And Sincere's a hell of a guy. I like him. He doesn't, this video credit goes to him, but he always said I could use his videos. But go to Cam's response. If you unless you want me to get it, DJ.
All right, hold on.
You got it?
About when you ran on me when BMF pulled up.
That's not the beginning. But go ahead.
Chase you to the beach.
What's up, everybody? This is the world famous Ed Lover, and you are watching Forgotten Kings TV. That's right, Forgotten Kings TV. Come on, son.
Even the Cam right now, he just did the interview with 50.
For the younger audience, we had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
I'm on my dick.
Isn't that some shit? And you want us to be friends
got
again?
nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them. Like, you heard? Both of them. Pause though. Get off my. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit like that.
Yeah, you never clear shit up.
I'm gonna address a couple things because we've been on vacation, and we've been talking since I was on vacation. We're gonna start with Jomo. We'll start with Jomo. And you are a guardian angel and designer. What you talking about, man? You are from the Bronx, bro. You are not from Harlem. Why do you keep thinking that you are from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, man. I did not grow up with you. Contrary to what you believe, I did not grow up with you. You are from the Bronx. Did your grandmother live? Did your grandmother live in Harlem? Yes. Did you come see her? Yes. Did I see you time to time? Yes. I did not grow up with you. You talk about ride down. That's where this old shit. I would have left you alone. I would have left the old shit alone. But listen, do you remember how we met? Pause. So not met. How you got cool with us? You were fanned out and you begged to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in. You was so cool, and we was like, "Yo, Jomo's a nice guy." Mace like, "Yo, I think I'll teach him how to rap." Mace actually taught you how to rap. Literally, we taught you how to rap. How you ran the whole organization.
Wait.
How you made Diplomat.
So Mace taught you how to rap. Now we taught you how to rap. That, you know what? Something to that. I don't like that. Hold on.
You ain't make none of this.
Oh, that was Mace.
I put you down because you had a free crib and you was a nice guy. Now to the next point. This all started because I asked 50 Cent a question. Cool. I thought it was cool to ask 50. The shit happened 20 years ago, however many years ago. I thought it was all good. I had no problem thinking, yo, okay. He out their spot, came to the spot. I know 50 said it. And they went on the, he was funny. I thought it was funny when he said the shit. But I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every that put hands on you. Every that put hands on you and you get to take you cool with them. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia, cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Man, DC, y'all having sit-downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit-downs to work it out. You tried to chase French Montana out the game. That ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot. Pardon me, not his video shoot, his movie. You're sitting in the crowd watching the premiere, and they dissing you in the movie. You ever wonder how he met Mano? He tried to press Mano one day because Mano first came out. He had a little record where he was saying, dissing the rappers. I don't know, he's dissing, he said his name. So Jim plus C Mane on one day and was like, yo, what's up with all that saying my name? Mane said, who the f you talking to? Oh, you think I want to you out your motherfucking mind? Now they the lobby boys. I see you posted shit, Cam, let me get jumped in Rucker, this, that, and third by 8, this, that, and third. I'll tell that story however they want to tell it. I don't give a. Do you ever hear me talk about when you ran on me when BMF pulled up? When you ran in the hotel, they chased you to the beach. Nigga, you was in the sand. You was getting wet from the water, from the ocean. I don't pump that. Took your rags off. Me and JoJo was laughing about that 3 months, some cool shit. Cool.
Let's talk about it, y'all. Cameron fires back at Jim Jones' Justin LaBoy interview that came out last week. As you heard in the clip, Justin asked Jim Jones his thoughts on 50 Cent and Cameron talking about that beef back in the day. And of course, Cam, you know, he wanted to know, how did you get Jim to kick it? You know what I'm saying? Come outside and kick it with G-Unit, right? Because we seen him pop up on Rap City. Of course, Jim Jones did a show with G-Unit. So it's obvious, right? 50 Cent, he, the evil genius, the master manipulator at that time, he said it in the interview with Cameron. You know what I mean? He said, I just threw it out there. I didn't think that Jimmy would, you know what I mean, take me up on the off, and he did. You get what I'm saying? So just by doing that, it just exposed Jim Jones in a certain light. You get what I mean? Now, fast forward, right? Let's talk about Cameron and his issues with Mace over the years, right? We know about it publicly. You know, they done added out over the radio. A lot of this stuff is just hip-hop history for the younger audience who may not know. It is 2025. But this is what happens when you don't resolve some of the issues, right? And you let time pass. Well, now here we are in 2025. Cameron has made amends with Mace, right? And they have successfully launched. It is what it is, a sports show. You get what I mean? And that's a good thing because, like Cam said, yo, y'all damn near pushing 50. You get what I'm saying? Y'all got grandbabies now. You get what I'm saying? You work so hard. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the next phase of life. You get what I mean? So to rehash those old memories and moments, listen, Cameron and Mace, they were able to get past it. And now it's a beautiful thing for hip hop, right? Now people get to see that you can overcome adversity and get past the bullshit, right? Now, Mace, I ain't gonna lie, this was the funniest part of Cameron's rant, is watching Mace just sitting back eating a bucket of popcorn while Cameron goes in on Jim Jones, running down the beach. Okay, man, so he was getting wet from the water, okay? Yo, who would have thought in 2025 Cam and Jim be going at it like this? Now, again, you know, Cam has went on the record in the past. You know, he had that classic IG rant. You know, Cam has had his moments. Like I said, it's obvious they've always had tension over the years, but damn, not like this. You get what I'm saying? I'm just hoping that, you know, at some point, everyone, not just Jim, but all parties, they can put the bullshit aside and get to this money, man, because they're running hip hop. It's unforgettable. I remember being a kid and watching them just, you know what I mean, just had a whole industry in the palm of their hands. You get what I mean? And then you had Jewels as the next in line. I mean, just being a witness to the history, right? As a fan listening to the music. There was times when Cam, you know, he was off dealing with personal things, right? And Jim, you can't deny he had his run, right? But it wasn't just him. It was a lot of individuals who were involved, right, in keeping that, I guess what, the Dipset, Bird Gang, you know what I'm saying? That whole movement, it kind of extended, you know, a lot longer because of Jim Jones' contributions. You get what I'm saying on the music side. But who would have thought that, you know, all of this tension, unresolved issues, just festering over the years? We thought that, you know, Jim Jones and Cam, you know, they got past this after seeing them on stage and that devastating loss versus the Lox. That was crazy, right? That was probably the best verses we've ever seen. But it's clear, like, you know,
not on their
certain
behalf.
issues hasn't been resolved when it comes to Jim and Cam, right? And it's funny that Cam having, but it's clear, like, you know.
Now, even then, Jim Jones tried to outshine Cam, right? Instead of this ninja gonna bring a jeweler, he stops the show just to put on his jewelry, and they roasted his ass for that. Like, we come to battle, like we're going against the Locks here, right? We're going against Jada the Lock, and you want to stop and put on jewelry. That's why it was a devastating loss, right? The only songs that was popping was Jim Jones songs. I mean, sorry, I ain't hear me say that. Was Cameron songs. He waited all night to play balling, right? And then I'm like, this a battle. Don't forget, guys. You see this link right here? Click on this link right here, right? And don't forget to become part of the family of both families, so you will know when either one of us go on and have these type of topics. Click on this link and hit that subscribe. And again, we appreciate each and every one of you being here, right? Harlem, you got something to say? I know you was out. Maybe you probably driving or something, right? Eating the cereal with
No, you're right on. The whole video is right on. And like I said, man, this is, to me, this is like a microcosm of what we're going through as foundational Black Americans with other groups of people. You know, you just got to watch your circle. You know what I mean? But now you spot on, sis. I'm going to the minute. You spot on, sis.
Yeah, how you gonna try to outshine? He trying to out, and then Joel's come out looking all retarded. I'm not gonna take that word back. No, let me take that word back. When I mean that, I don't mean that. He came out looking crazy with some long behind hat. Nah, not all of them. But if you would have seen that hat, Joel's had on, you'd have thought he was going to a safari or something. Like, Ninja, you come into a rap battle. Right, this ain't a cute battle. This a rap battle with real MCs, right? With real MCs. I cannot. I hate to say it. I cannot recall not one verse of Jim Jones, and I've been around a while. I cannot recall one verse that sticks in my head or that I like. If you guys could, good for you. I cannot, right? But I could recall a camera, and like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. But I really think that he brought up Mace because he really want a piece of Mate, right? He want to outshine the teacher, right? You never bite the hand that feeds you, right? And when we do the part 2 tomorrow, we're going to definitely do a part 2 tomorrow. Make sure you guys stay tuned in watching this part 2 tomorrow, because we're going to get some more information, and it's going to be an open panel. So whomever wants to come up, you can come up and speak your piece. Hopefully Harlem will be around. We really enjoyed him and his commentary and his input. Thank you for coming up. We never said no Jim Jones is an MC. I'm talking about Jadakiss. Jadakiss. I was not talking about no Jim Jones, Nick. You come in here starting trouble, right? Right. But it's definitely going to be a part 2, right? Jim Jones, was he always a fake friend? I say yes. Majority time, I am trying to stay above the poverty line, and that's a major part of my grind. Sound like he got that from somebody else, Virgo. Sound like he stole that. It sound like he stole that. He stole that. That don't even sound like his words. Majority of the time, I try to stay above my poverty line, and that's my major part of my grind. Boy, bye. Get up out of here. You done stole somebody's line. That don't even sound right. Well, like I said, I from the beginning, I don't have a dog in this fight. I want all of them to do well. But when I see shystiness, I can't deal with you. But it ain't me. I'm not dealing with him. But I do understand how Cam is feeling, right? I had to bust my ass and get things done. You could have did the same thing. Instead of sitting out here crying on radio stations and shit. I'm gonna find that. Hopefully I can find it. That's not on the Breakfast Club. My man sitting there crying. I got tears coming, tears falling down and everything. DJ was out there crying. Crying because he was trying to turn everybody against Cam, but you can't do it. You couldn't do it. That's a manipulator for you. We're gonna show them parts tomorrow, DJ.
Okay.
Please save them. Please save them. So when we do the part 2, just have them locked and ready to roll. Right? So again, I can't say DJ take us out of here because DJ didn't send me nothing to take us out of here. She ain't send me nothing. I just want to let you know I'm about ready to cut her ass too. Right? No. She gonna be a Jim Jones to me, god damn it.
I'm gonna come to New York and drop it.
Right? She ain't send me nothing to take us out of here. She ain't send me nothing. She ain't said put that in your bit to say so to tell me take it. No, I ain't got nothing. I do got a song though. What she wrote, right? So I'm gonna leave it right there. Right.
Go ahead and play that one.
And then we are like so out of here. And if you still want to go live, I still got some time for you.
Well, do you want to talk about Allie Carter or you want to talk about?
No, I want to talk about
you want to talk about that?
You wanted to finish the California, so let's finish that.
Oh, yeah, Jackie, come up for the California.
All right, let me play this song to take us out.
We'll take us out.
Which
Jackie, I'm gonna start the Cali thing again.
All right.
But this time, come on up, Jackie.
I'll take myself out of here. Peace, guys. Don't forget, we'll be a part 2 tomorrow. Don't forget to come on back.
In the land
Jackie, come to my page. Set my page.
There's a love that's true. Sugar love is her name, spreading sweetness too. Her voice like velvet, smooth as a summer breeze. A podcast, a soundtrack to everybody's ears. Sugar love, she's the queen of soul. The podcast, the place where the stories unfold. News and entertainment with a touch so sweet. She's the heartbeat of the community's beat. She brings the news with flavor like a cup of hot tea. Uncovering stories, bringing light to what we see.